Welcome back to the Av Attack. I'm your host, Prescott Chambers. The Avs dropped 2 in a row on the 3-game road trip and are just trying to figure it out after losing Landy again in this Game 42 of 82 in Tampa Bay, Florida to take on the Lightning. The Avalanche are fresh off a road loss against the Panthers entering this one. On the injury report, we have Yoel Kiviranta listed as out with no further details. Devon Taves listed as out with an upper body injury and is reportedly week to week. Gabriel Landeskog is also listed as out with an upper body injury and is expected to be sidelined for some weeks, according to head coach Jared Bednar. Mackenzie Blackwood is on injured reserve as of Friday, January 2nd, due to a lower body injury, and things have gone quiet on the Logan O'Connor front. He was expected to return between early November and early December, but last word on him was that he faced a setback unrelated to his surgery, but that was it. And Bednar, when asked the other night, said he didn't want to put a timeline on his return, so that is a bit concerning. The Tampa Bay Lightning are on a 7-game winning streak right now coming into this game, and they don't look like an easy opponent by any means. Starting goalies for this one were, of course, Andrei Vasilevsky and Scott Wedgwood. Period 1, not too long into this one at 3:58. McKinnon draws a holding penalty. The Avs go on the power play and the Lightning kill. We get a lot of back and forth. Tampa is putting a decent amount of shots on net. We nearly make it to the end of the period, but with just 12 seconds left on the clock, Jake Gensel gets one past Wedgie with assists from Nikita Kucherov and Darren Radish. And after one, it's 1-0 Lightning. Period 2. Shortly into the second at 3:22, after some chaos on the doorstep, Parker Kelly is able to sneak one behind Vasi to tie the game at 1. The assists from Zakhar Bardakov and Ilya Solovyov. At 7:28, Bardakov takes a slashing call that and gives Tampa their first power play. Colorado is able to kill. Then just at the end of the kill on a rush at 9:31, Brock Nelson puts one in with the assist from Cale Makar. It's 2-1 Avalanche. More back and forth in stills as the Avs start to look a bit more aggressive, but at 17:22, Zemgus Jurgensens gets one past Wedgie to tie it up again with the assist from Yanni Gourde. The final minutes come to a close and in the second, and after 2, we're tied at 2. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman was spotted on the altitude broadcast during the break between periods 2 and 3, primarily talking about the growth of the sport and the upcoming Winter Olympics. So, cool. But yeah, I guess he was in Tampa for the game. I'm sure he has a house there. So, period 3 at 1:19, Valeri Nichushkin draws a holding penalty, giving the Avs a second power play. Tampa kills. The Avs look more tired as the game moves forward. At 8:31, Brandon Hagel scores one to put the Lightning up 3-2 with assists from Max Crozier and Nikita Kucherov. Not much going well for Colorado, and they pull Wedgwood for the extra man with about 3 minutes remaining. But at 18:35, Anthony Cirelli puts it in the empty net to pretty much lock this one up for Tampa. At the end of 3, the final score for this one is 4-2 Lightning. Overall, I feel like the Avs are suddenly dealing with a lot of injuries, and with all the backup players coming in, I feel like there's a bit of a learning curve between like seasoned pros and the more, the players who don't have as much NHL experience. Hopefully that kind of levels itself out here in the coming games and practices and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's kind of what's going on right now. We just got a lot of injuries at one time, and it's a big shift in the team dynamic. This was the last game of the road trip before they have a pretty long homestand lasting 7 games starting Thursday. Hopefully they can be as great as they have been all season on home ice. Hopefully. I'm sure they will start to pick it up here again. I mean, 2 losses in a row. What is it? Who cares? It happens. Happens to the best of them. But that next game will be January 8th versus the Ottawa Senators at Ball Arena. And until then, as always, I am your host, Prescott Chambers, for the Avattack. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.